What's going on, dudes and dude So a couple of big-time USC soon-to-be commits, hopefully, are on campus today. A five-star San Diego athlete and Brandon Arrington was seen there today, and also the four-star defensive lineman Tomuhini Topui from Mater Dei was there. And there's some big news about him. He recently decommitted from Oregon, so that's pretty awesome. He's on campus, and all of a sudden, Steve Wiltfong of On3 put in a prediction for him to choose USC. So I'm obviously very excited about that. It's one of those best local California defensive linemen, and a lot of those Mater Dei defensive linemen have gone away to like Oregon and other top schools, but hopefully they can keep him, and it's already a big sign. Maybe he has already committed. It's just a silent commit, and he will have his big old ceremony at some point in a couple months or whatever. But yeah, this will be a big time get if it does become official. And I was kind of looking at the rankings the other day where I guess LSU might have jumped over. Yeah, they jumped over USC and On3 top 25 for the number one spot, which is kind of interesting because I looked at the top commits from that class, and when it comes to even the top guys, USC has three guys that are technically higher when it comes to the rankings, but yet somehow, I guess because that player is like the number one or one of those top consensus players for LSU who recently committed, that wide receiver, then I guess that's why they get bumped up. But either way, especially if Tom and some of these other guys I'm going to be talking about pretty soon commit to USC within the next year or so, then this will definitely be the number one class, in my opinion, when it comes to the 2026 class. So looking forward to that. And then a couple of the Naismith Player of the Year finalists for the women's side came out, and of course Juju Watkins made that. And sadly, it's most likely that she is. I mean, there's still a possibility because the award is for the whole season. I just kind of think it's kind of like they're going to give it to whoever can come accept it and all that stuff. So, and maybe who is still playing. So all those three other players are still playing, but hopefully if that's the case, then they give it to my second favorite player from UConn and Paige Beckers, and I guess that'll make it okay if Juju doesn't win it, but she definitely deserves it, in my opinion. Definitely did not have a sophomore slump, as a lot of people like to say, but sadly just suffered that injury the other day. So I guess that was the thing too. I forgot to mention that video, that because it happened so late in the season, it's already this tournament this season. What if it kind of knocks her out of next year too? Because if it ends up being prolonged, I think I heard someone say that when women go through this type of surgery, they actually come back a lot quicker than the men. So that's at least some positive outlook there. But it is a possibility if it's at 8 to 12 months, she could miss until next March Madness, which is pretty insane. Hopefully that does not happen, because we will be not giving an extra year of Juju, because she's definitely going to leave after 4 years after her senior year. But hoping for the best in this situation. One of those top running back recruits for USC, Deshaun Rideau, set up April 5th commitment date announcement day. So yeah, it looks like everything's pointing to USC, so that's another guy who's going to get them up and above LSU, hopefully. Another four-star linebacker, a local guy in Talanoa Ely. He's like the number 4 linebacker in that class, and it looks like USC is gaining momentum there, according to Chad Simmons of On3. And then KJ Ford recently put out a top 12. He's a 4-star 2026 edge, and he recently set up a USC visit April 4th to the 6th. I don't know if that's an official visit or not, but either way, they're at least getting some momentum there too. Another 4-star edge, Luke Wafel has an April 12th USC visit. A 4-star tight end, Xavier Tiller, set up a June 20th USC visit. Cohen Brown set up a June 13th to the 15th visit. And it looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are re-signing defensive lineman Marlon Tuipulotu, who's obviously an ex-USC guy, and I guess he was more recently with the team. That's why it's a re-signing, even though I don't think he was on the team during the playoffs. But either way, congrats to him on getting another shot at the NFL. And then their USC's incoming defensive back, DJ Harvey, looks like he was one of the highest graded career PFF transfer cornerbacks out there with his grade of 88.5. So definitely glad and excited he's on the team now. And a couple of House of Victory signings. Defensive back Tristan Castro has signed there. Wide receiver Jay Fair re-signed there. And their quarterback Hussam Longstreet signed there too. So yeah, whenever these guys are signing to that NIL collective, I always think they're at least going to stay for one season at least. So that's pretty good that they got both quarterbacks on that collective. And speaking of that game that I talked about the other day with Kiki Iriafen going off for 36, apparently that set a USC NCAA tournament single game record at 36 points. So congrats to her. An incoming USC player, Jerry East, if I'm not mistaken his name is, he was selected to the Jordan Brand Classic game. So it's kind of like the one next level underneath the McDonald's All-American, but either way, it's still a high prestigious thing to get invited to. So congrats to him. And then there was a transfer player from North Dakota. I think he's a guard, and Trayson Eaglestaff. Looks like USC is going to try to get in the running for him, or at least they're showing interest in him. So looking to see where he lands. And it looks like USC donors have raised $174 million for the new state-of-the-art Athletics West sports facility. This investment will set the standard across collegiate sports, providing professional grade services for all 23 sports programs at USC. Hashtag the place to be is obviously their hashtag, which is obviously pretty cool because they do like everything's all lowercase except the L and the A in place for obviously Los Angeles. And yeah, that's a lot of money going towards that facility. And everybody kind of assumed it was just for football, but of course it's going to be for all those sports, which they do excel in multiple sports. And like I said, they better get a softball team out there. That's all I keep wondering about, but hopefully that does happen pretty soon. And then when it came to, yes, the defensive back, Malachi Crawford of USC is entering the transfer portal, so good luck to him wherever he ends up. I guess there's just too many guys in the back room right now. And then USC did defeat the women's lacrosse team. I believe that school is Marist. They beat them 21-5. And then Maddie Dora, player on the team, scored 100 career goals, so congrats to her. Then they also defeated Ohio State 9-8 for their first Big Ten victory. Then the men's baseball team defeated Nebraska 5-3, and they also beat them again 7-1. So that was very cool to see. And then the Anaheim Ducks had one lone victory as of late against the Nashville Predators 4-1. And on some miscellaneous news, yes, it looks like Travis Barker confirmed that he is producing and drumming for the new Yellow Card album, which is pretty awesome. He kind of always does that. I know he recently produced like Avril Lavigne and even like the Blink-182 album. Obviously, he's still going to do the drums for that. I think he did a lot of the drums for Avril Lavigne's record in the last year or so whenever it came out. So he does that too. It'll say featuring Travis Barker, and he just kind of does the same drum pattern. But if he's working with a band like Yellow Card, I'm sure he's going to bring it, do some really good stuff, and he's helped producing it too, so I'm pretty sure it's going to sound really awesome. So looking forward to seeing what that collaboration looks like in the near future, hopefully. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Bye.